Cheers, everybody. We are back for another edition of Bourbon on a Budget. It's TJ Pittenger, Brendan Sinone, and Ben Cock, and we are excited to be back with you guys. Gentlemen, how are you tonight?
Good.
Cheerio.
What this is, I got all over my fingers right now and my pants.
It seems like a normal night for you. Hey,
I don't
all right, let's get after it. Let's jump right into it. Let's jump right into the show.
Yes.
Actually, you know what? Let me just get this shared.
Oh,
Whoa. Yeah, it's live. We'll edit it later.
It's sponsored by Cialis.
Guthrie's.
What's it like to have a sponsor?
It's nice.
Sponsor.
Oh, Joe would have
I barely know her.
Okay. If you're watching this, if you're listening to this, do us a favor. Hit the share button. Hit the retweet button. Tag a friend. If you're listening to this later on iTunes, share this to your social media. Share it to your whiskey groups. We would certainly appreciate it. Okay, Brendan. Doc Brown, represent. What are we doing tonight? Sinone.
Well, oh God, don't zoom in on myself. But also, we are going to look at the Doc Brown shirt that we got from our friends in Senawa, Georgia, home of The Walking Dead. So if you remember, Daniel and his family were on about a couple months ago, and they're talking about their distillery that they're starting up from scratch in North Georgia, a little bit south of Atlanta. And it's Doc Brown Farm and Distillers. And they're doing really cool, like from scratch process of, oh, sorry, someone's texting me on the side. That's really distracting. So they are doing basically from scratch bourbon. They are using Jimmy Red Corn. Here's a little look at it. They were nice enough to send us down the Jimmy Red Corn. And it's very unique. I think there's only one other distillery using Jimmy Red Corn in its mash bill right now. I think that's Revival in South Carolina. So it's unique. It's going to create a robust, different kind of flavor as this evolves a little bit. They use limestone water from Georgia. They use a copper pot, prohibition style still as well. So there's a lot of cool, unique things that they're doing. And what I like about Daniel and his family is like they're not rushing this to market. They're taking their time with it. And they sent us 3 different samples of basically their moonshine and some stuff that's a little bit more aged. So we're going to go through and taste it all and understand like this is part of the process. This isn't a finished product at all. Daniel would be the first to admit it. We're going to get an idea of we're getting an idea to walk along the process, and hopefully we'll be able to taste it, in a year or two when they're ready to have a final product. So we have a 100 proof moonshine here. We have a 2-year 148 proof, which, oh God, right.
We're gonna die.
And then we have a 10-month-old in a char 4 barrel. So yeah, so that you get to see kind of like what that's like aged a little bit. So yeah, that's what we're gonna go through, kind of go down the line of what Daniel and Amy and Paige have done so far with Doc Brown. I'm excited about this. We appreciate them being friends of the show and being generous and giving us kind of a glimpse into their creation, if you will.
Absolutely. We really enjoyed having them on. If you haven't heard that episode, if you're watching live, I'd say stick with us. If you're listening back on a replay or watching on a replay, I'd say to circle back to when we had them on. When was that? Beginning of the year? January, I think?
Yeah, I was going to say about 2 months or so ago. Yeah.
It was the beginning in January. So go check that episode out. Really, really good, really interesting. I still really want to take a trip up there and go see the farm. I think that'd be a ton of fun. How far is that from you, Brendan? 5, 6 hours?
Not even. Yeah, about 4 hours or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get up to Tallahassee and then get the rest of the way up there. Yeah. It'd be a lot of fun to get up there and do that. But really appreciate them coming on. I'd love for you to be able to hear their story and kind of what went into this. But what is cool is being able, like Brendan said, we've got the 100 proof, the proof down stuff that comes right out of still the 148. Woo, buddy. You definitely tell the difference there. And then the 10-month age in the level 4 char. Just try it along the process. This is not a finished product. We're not doing a review tonight. This is not like, oh man, this doesn't taste good. Well, it's not really supposed to tace good. This is not ready for sale.
Daniel said, he by his own admission, like, hey, this is young, like this isn't ready yet. They are being generous to give us like a glimpse of like this is what the process tastes like. When we review stuff on the show, it is a final product. This is them being vulnerable, and like this is the baby steps to get to a final product.
Which is really neat. Not often do you get that experience, right?
Ben,
like
easy with the 148. Easy with the 148, Ben. Easy.
I'm going easy. I'm going easy.
Okay, before we get into this, so this is, I mean, moonshine has many different names. White Dog, White Lightning.
I'm blind.
When was the last time you guys had moonshine?
For me, it was probably when we bought that Buffalo Trace. We bought that Buffalo Trace White Dog, which is just truly moonshine. But at that point, we were really just tasting it. We didn't drink on it hard. I mean, I think we've all done the Pigeon Forge Gatlinburg moonshine that's loaded up with a ton of sugar and not really in its truest form. Moonshine like that is like that old Smoky Mountain moonshine and stuff. That stuff's easy to drink. It's 80 proof and tastes like caramel apples. So
yeah, but like a pure like
true moonshine. Before the Buffalo Trace one, I think the last time I had it was I think it was the FSU UF game in 2015. A buddy from Louisiana brought some moonshine. What I will say about this moonshine is it was Jason's talking about where the Doc Brown farm is where the
Senoa, I think it is. Yeah. Walking Dead.
We could also meet up with Jason. I feel like he's not that far from there. Didn't we learn that last time?
Yeah, I think he's only like an hour south of there. So yep.
So that moonshine that I had there, like it tasted like it was absolutely nothing. Like you could it was crazy how like there was like no burn on it, which was nuts. So anyway, don't know what the proof was. Don't remember a lot about that day. FSU did win.
If moonshine was involved, probably there's a fair amount of forgetting going on.
So what about you, Ben? When was the last time you had moonshine?
Yesterday.
The way you said
gave Owen a thimble as well. Start him early. Why does moonshine like get you drunker faster? Like what's
high proof? High proof.
Right. That's reasonable. I guess if we're drinking something that's 148
proof, this is big.
Well, yeah, I think it's all about intent too. Like if you're drinking moonshine, if you're drinking bourbon, it's to enjoy it. It's a slow sip. I like what I'm doing. No.
148. Have y'all put your mouth on this yet or not? You haven't.
No.
Okay, good.
Phrasing.
Yeah, if you put your mouth on this 148 proof.
If you're drinking moonshine, it's not to enjoy. It's to get hammered.
This smells like way worse than it tastes. You drink it and you're like, that ain't that bad.
I kind of like the smell. It smells like a buttery Sprite.
Is Sprite?
It's straight butter. It's straight butter.
So yeah, let's get into it. What do we want to start with?
Let's start 148.
Go big or go home. Okay. It's weirdly good to drink.
The nose, I would assume it would be like burning my nostrils at 148, and it's not. It's super unrefined. It's just buttery.
Buttery feet, I would say. Buttery toes.
Ooh, I like.
That's kind of how I describe it.
I like toes.
Yeah. Nose isn't for me.
Depends whose toes.
I'm telling you, just put it in your mouth. Stop smelling it. Just put it in your mouth. It's way better. It like doesn't finish harsh at all. Like it finishes way simpler than you would expect.
Bro, there's this citrusy, like it tastes like Sprite. It's like buttery Sprite.
I don't know about buttery Sprite.
Maybe it's because it's clear and I'm just thinking it's Sprite.
Like close your eyes and it's like it doesn't finish aggressive. Like you would think it's gonna like kill you, and it probably does in the long term. But it's kind of fun to drink.
What?
I like it. This isn't unenjoyable at all. No, this isn't hurt at all. This is enjoyable. I don't find this to be.
It's enjoyable.
Yeah. I'm gonna drink not all this tonight, but I will drink this. Like this will.
This would be one of those things that you pour for your guests. This would impress your guest. Okay, this would be like, hey, I want to pour you something. It's white. To me, you put this up against White Dog, like the Buffalo Trace one. And I think that they bottle that, or what does that come out at? The White Dog is 100
proof though. Yeah, like or 90 or 100.
I think that's
maybe
worse
120.
Than this.
This tastes citrusy. I mean,
citrusy. I'm just saying for 140 proof, you would expect it to like really burn the crap out of you.
Yeah,
it's like weirdly not.
I think that's a really good sign for like down the road with like the Jimmy Redcorn. Like I think
that being said,
okay,
we have been drinking 120 proof tonight. So we're coming from that. So if you're like coming in this fresh, imagine going to this fresh.
So the White Dog's 125. I just looked that up. Pretty simple.
Oh, okay.
It's not like crazy.
We've had that. And like I said, the nose on this, is not where I want it to be. But like, when you drink it, it's like it finishes like a flash.
Yeah,
white lightning.
I like it.
White lightning.
Oh, so I do think I kind of get where Brendan's coming from. Like, there's a tingliness to it. I think that's why he's got the Sprite, almost like a carbonation. It's not carbonated, obviously, but there is a tingliness, and I think that's the high proof and the unrefined. It's very shiny as well.
Okay, so I just moved on to the 100 proof.
Okay,
Guys, I thought the 148 was more like refined and has more going on than the 100 proof. I like the 148 better. Maybe I'm just
the hundreds.
I actually kind of am anticipating me liking the 148 better. Like, I feel like the harshness is just going to have more room to expand.
Yes,
like all the ethanol. Yep. And so I think I'm going to like the 148 more. Just I think that's
exactly what's happened here.
Whew.
The 100 has just less flavor. It's the same, which obviously like a third of it is water. But
yeah, I would. The 148's fun. It's interesting. The 100 is just not, where I'd like to be. But the 148 though, you should just sell it on our 48 proof bourbon.
There's something to it, and they should sell they should do like a. I don't know how they would want to brand this, but like there's something to this here.
All right, 10-month char 4. Here we go.
So don't like the 100.
No, I don't care for the 100. I found the 148 pretty interesting and unique. So there's something to that for sure.
10 months.
So the
what's the proof on the 10 month?
I don't know. I don't know what it is. It goes in the barrel at 120 proof into the char 4. So it goes in at 120. Okay. But I don't know what's that currently. No.
Oh, well, then it's probably that. He probably hasn't proofed this down.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think that's probably a safe assumption. Sorry, Dave. I should have checked with Daniel before we recorded this. My bad.
It's interesting. 10 months is long enough in the barrel to start smoothing things out.
Which it does a little bit.
It just smooths everything out into like nothingness.
Look at the color on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes it easier to drink.
But like nothing there.
But there's not a lot of flavor yet.
Agreed.
But it takes away like the funk of the white dog.
Yeah,
I do think it helps that a lot.
Yeah.
And we are going in order of like we did have that 148 proof like 2 minutes ago. So palate is probably like a little compromised right now.
I don't believe that.
With the 10 month, so it is very like it's still unrefined. Like there's woodiness to it where it needs more time for that barrel to kind of interact with the juice inside. I'm getting like buttery corn, a little bit of graham cracker, but that char wood is still like hasn't been like stripped yet. Like it's still the two
still very new, which is 10 months. I mean, I don't think anybody's shocked that this is new, right? But it is, to me, it's much more enjoyable than any of the other two.
Yeah. It's like one of those things, like I said, you move backwards from like water and then you're back to like alcohol with like very limited flavor palettes. And now you're just getting into the positive.
So I do wonder though, like, okay, this is a crazy question. Yes. I would love to be able to put one. I'd love to be able to put this up against like a 10-month-old, whatever, like something that wasn't the red corn. Because I don't know that we can tell so much about the red corn until this gets a little bit older and we taste more of it. And we don't have anything to compare it to right now. The other thing I wonder is like when they would just drink whiskey back in the day before Bottle and Bond Act and before things had to be 2 years and everything like that. Like I bet this is some of what whiskey was. You age it for 7, 8, 10 months, whatever, and then boom, you've got just something to kind of knock all the edges off that 148. I have nothing to base this on. I have, like I wasn't there in the 1600s and they were bottling whiskey, but it wouldn't shock me at all because like this is drinkable, right? Like the other two, you're not drinking those like consistently. There's not a lot to this that would say like, I love this, but when they were just drinking to get drunk back there on the freaking frontier, I could see them drinking something like this.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. I'm going to keep this 148 around just to pour random people stuff.
I think the 148 like, hey, honestly I think the 148 like I love the bait, like there's something cooking there with that, so I'm interested to see what happens with the 10-month-old like as it ages more. And again, Daniel's pretty clear like this still has a
dude Jason to send us a sample of that. It's also like the prettiest bottle I've seen for a while. Jason said the 10-month has to be better than Castle and Key batch 1. Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard bad things about the Castle and Key Batch 1. But the bottle, you can't say anything about the bottle. The bottle is solid.
Looking it up.
You haven't seen the Castle? I mean,
dude, it's
like a whole
I have seen it. That is a really pretty logo on there. That's cool.
Great. So
that's Willet.
It's the Willet of this generation.
Oh, yeah.
Will it still be there in the next generation?
No, they're already in batch 2. So
okay.
Yeah, man, I'm so upset that the juice isn't good. Like the hype around that was pretty big.
What?
The Castle
Key? Yeah, I wasn't that excited.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
So of hype.
So they're 10 months into this. Are they trying? Do you remember what they said? Are they trying to get to 4? Are they trying to get to?
I mean, 2? At least 2 years. I'll check with Daniel, and we'll get them on.
You really have to get to 2 years.
Right.
Oh,
yeah.
So even like let's say 2 years minimum. Like they're at 10 months. Like, this is 10 months. Like this has like more than double the age. Like it's going to change profoundly between now and then. And speaking to Daniel, like it made it pretty clear. Like he's a big like. Some people just get into the distilling just to do it. Like we were talking like bourbon for like 20, 30 minutes on the phone one day. Like he likes similar bourbon as us. And I have confidence that he's going to keep on like tasting it and sampling it until like he's really happy and proud of it. So we'll get them on to kind of contribute a little bit more of an update in a couple months, I think.
Cool. It'll be fun. We should just go up there and just do a live show.
There you go.
Live show.
Do it live. Okay, so excited to kind of see what they've got coming down the pike. Anything else on Doc Brown before we move on, gentlemen?
Thank you, Daniel, Amy, Paige. Appreciate you guys being supportive of us. We are really looking forward to kind of going along this journey with you guys. So make sure to stay tuned with Bourbon on a Budget. Like we'll update you guys when they have stuff actually for sale. I know the Noes have already said putting them down for a bottle, which is cool. And here's the red corn one more time. Jimmy Red Corn. I don't care.
Oh boy, that's a terrible joke. Pinhook is a decent Castle and Key distillate. My guy Kellen Red Mill from I don't want to say where he lives.
Kellen
gave us a hard boy.
Yeah, give us a Pinhook hard guy. Brendan loves a hard guy. Gives us a hard guy rye from Pinhook. Excited to try that. Another thing he gave us. Something that Ben has been very, very excited for.
Yes.
He's excited to try. It's been on Pursuits and Purchases forever and ever and ever. Amen. Shout out Randy Travis. Old Forester single barrel strength rye.
Yes.
Is that not awesome? Look, I thought 3. These were not TJ pours either. These were 3 2-ounce samples.
The greatest of our generation.
I almost gave Brendan I almost said oh yeah, it was just 1 2-ounce sample. Like here's your.
Oh, that'd have been solid, dude.
Then we could have split it.
I would have been okay with that.
Would have been awesome.
Wouldn't have surprised me at all. I thought Joe sent these to. I'm drunk. I'm hiccuping. I'll tell you, well, guys, what I think about you.
Oh my gosh!
I thought Joe sent this to us.
He did not.
No.
So
Joe, you're dead.
Can we go into this Old Forester single barrel strength rye? Like this is. I'm literally gonna save a little bit of this because I don't want to drink all of it right now.
Yeah, it's 2 ounces. You don't have to drink.
Man, I am so excited. Do we know the proof on this? We probably don't. But man,
let me check back.
Oh, that nose is pretty.
Yeah.
So if it's the same mash bill as the Old Forester, like their standard rye, the 100 proof one, I think it's a low rye. Like I think
have
it's only
fresh
51.
Blend for this.
Oh.
Oh.
We're big fans of the Old Forester straight rye.
Banana nut bread. A little bit of mint.
Sorry, so this is a 65% rye, 20%
malted
barley.
Goodness.
So malted barley is second.
On that.
I know. Coming from Doc to this is
no offense, Doc. We love you, folks, but
yeah.
Well, one's a 10-month old.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting the banana nut on it, but there's like this nice, refreshing, minty quality as well.
There is. You're right.
Vanilla, caramel. So this is kind of like the thing I love about the Old Forester standard rye, the 100. is that it is like they call it like a bourbon drinker's rye, to where it has rye elements, but it's got these great bourbony elements too with that caramel and vanilla. And this is just that like amped up and richer and deeper. That's what she said.
This is great. This is really good for me. Like, I love the minty banana bread like approach here,
which is kind of a crazy mix, right? Like, before you got into whiskey, if somebody would have told you like, hey, you want a minty banana bread, you'd be like, what?
No, but it works. There's this nice.
It does.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's like it's
so creamy. Oh, it's so creamy.
Like a coffee with cream in it, which like the malted barley is pretty high in this. Like that would make sense. I'm getting like a nice like creamy coffee as well.
Oh man, this is elite.
I want to revisit this a lot. Really, just really good. Yeah. Man, I really want to know the proof on this. It's got to.
I just messaged Kellen to find out. Try and find out.
Did you guys taste it?
I got you. 64 point.
Of course I did.
It's 128.6. So 64.30. Awesome. I'll give you a little more detail on this bottle. Obviously it's single barrel. It's from Warehouse 6. I'm sorry, Warehouse G, floor 3. I don't know if you need to know that or not, but really, I mean, yeah. I haven't even gotten to the taste, and I'm in love with the nose. Again, we're coming from something that's
surprised not Warehouse G, floor 6, but whatever.
Okay, ready? Have you guys tasted it yet?
Yes, 100%.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just behind.
Yeah, it's great. I am over the moon about this bottle. I'm super excited for Tommy to get his pick in. Tommy apparently is getting a barrel pick of this.
That is a banana cream pie with nutmeg.
Like the nutty bread, nut bread.
Yeah,
banana nut bread for me.
I just get a lot of the cream too, but it's almost like a Christmas. It's almost like Christmas because it's got so many of those baking spices that you bake into everything: nutmeg, cinnamon. Almost like if you sprinkled cinnamon into your banana bread or your banana nut bread, that nutty spice. Oh, yeah, it's really good.
It's very crisp though. The more I'm drinking this, the crispier it gets.
Crispy
like
boy.
The more aromatic and floral and minty it is. It's very interesting.
At the proof, excuse me, it doesn't fight you at all. Like there's nice spice, but it's like
I want to revisit this cold because, like I said, we came from a lot tonight. But man, it's good.
I love the finish. I think I like the finish more than I like the flavor. Like there's a lot of flavor at the end of it. So like the taste is really solid, but like I think the finish has a like perfect amount of spice and sweet and kind of keeps you coming back for more.
I go back to the nose and it's like caramel.
His wife's not named Cara.
She hates when people say that. Not when they say what you just said, but when they actually call her.
Didn't she just get a new Cara like the last week?
Oh. Don't pocket watch. It's rude.
Don't pocket watch.
That's what the kids are saying these days.
Really?
What does that mean? Watch? What does that mean?
I mean, like pocket watch is like thing.
Is it like pocket pool?
No, like watching other people's money. Like, watching their pocket.
Oh.
It's a thing. The kids are saying it.
Ben, do you not know what pocket pool is?
No.
It's like a little game.
It's a little game you play with yourself.
What? I've never. I kind of am picking up what you're implying. I've just never heard it referenced.
You're picking up what he's putting down.
Yeah.
In your pocket.
Yeah. So what's the cue ball?
Your balls.
We'll find it later.
It's got 8 ball.
So are we rating this? What are we doing with this?
I don't want to rate it because
I
want to come to it fresh. It's more of just like enjoying the experience of drinking this. This bottle, we've been searching for this bottle for like the past
for a minute. Jason sent me one the other day that was secondary. So what would you pay for this, Ben?
So this is tough because they're all individual barrels. I would probably pay 1 second. Just to have it though, I'd probably pay $200, but I think that's less than secondary.
Yeah.
So
I think secondary is up over like $3 in a lot of places. He found it for like $250.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Mostly because I have Old Forester
80 MSRP.
like
right. right? I've got 3 of those. So
I want to pair it with something.
Yeah. I'd love to have this. Joe said he saw a raffle on this where it was like at $250, which is, I'd do it at, I'd play in the raffle there. Like I'd put like 3 or 4 spots in. But
I will say this.
40% chance to win.
I will say this. Previously, we went to a Tampa Whiskey Society bourbon event, and we'll talk more about the society a little bit later tonight. But after that event, we were invited to an after party, and the group showed up with 6 bottles of Old Forester bourbon, like Old Forester barrel strength bourbon picks.
Store picks even, yeah.
All store picks. And there was a distinct hierarchy of picks. It was some were great, some were not. And so it's hard for me to like really overpay for something that it may not be a banger of that range, And so if it's from a store that I know, like if Tommy was charging like $250 or $300 for this bottle, I'd be way more inclined, mostly because I know his palate. But if it's just a random Old Forester single barrel strength rye online, I'm a little less inclined because I know the variety and that range of the Old Forester product is so big. So that's kind of where I'm at. Like if I know it's going to be great, then I'll definitely pay up for it. But there could be a chance that it's not as amazing.
Right. And then you're spending a lot of money and you open it up and you absolutely hate yourself. Kind of like
the Michter's 10 rye, complete garbage. I hate that so much.
Yeah, so I'm with you on that.
Thank you for sharing it with us, Ben.
But if I knew that I could buy this bottle right here for like $200, like I think I might do it.
I'd probably pay $200 for this bottle.
I don't think Jason says he got theirs for $79.
Yeah,
how do I
great.
That's what I would pay for it.
Way to go,
guys. This is good, but like, come on.
Okay. To me, it's more. I wouldn't pay. Okay, so I do want to make a point about that because Brendan brings up a good point. I wouldn't pay $200 for this over and over and over and over again. I'd pay $200 to have one bottle, have this bottle in my collection, and be able to kind of like nurse it for a while because I do really like it, and I really like Old Forester. Just like I would overpay for some of the Michter's products that I have, just like I'd overpay for some of the High West products that I have because Michter's, High West, Old Forester, those are, I mean. Everybody knows Buffalo Trace and what you can get from there. But like those are my 3 distilleries. Like if I had to pick 3 distilleries, it's Michter's, it's Old Forester, and it's High West. And so I'd pay up a little bit to have certain things in those lines. But I'm not paying $200 every week for this. So I do kind of
buy
agree
this on the shelf for $200. It's hard.
Right. Yeah. It's like a one-time add it to your collection. That bottle is going to last me 6-8 months, So anyway, suck it, Brendan. Doc Brown represent.
I'm telling you, we got to revisit this.
I don't know how you want me to
That'll help out a lot.
Should we review this soon?
Yeah, if Ben doesn't send me his final one for Ben month, we can just do this instead and just say Ben month was a complete and total failure.
Total failure?
Yeah, definitely. No. You didn't get anything on the big board. No, you got nothing on the big board. He butchered one of
I think that Kirkland would have got on there if you
didn't screw it up. Well, here we are. Results.
So here's the big problem with it, and we'll discuss this offline. But the big problem with doing this as a review next week is like we just spent 15 minutes on it tonight, and so like to then do another 25 minutes of the same exact thing. I think we should probably review something else. Plus, I want some of Ben's good stuff. I already have this, so like I don't need this.
Yeah, you just wait till it's Elijah Craig, Basil Hayden.
You don't even have that anymore, so YOLO.
What's the worst I have?
Probably that Michter's 10 rye.
Yeah. Jeez.
Okay, cool. Ben and I got to go to a pretty cool event this week, but before we do that, Brendan, are you pursuing anything? Have you purchased anything? Have you gotten anything over the last week or so? What's going on in your
I've done
life?
a couple ABC runs and just nothing's really spoken to me. I haven't seen anything super great. So yeah, I'm going to keep going. Maybe get another 4 Roses next time they have it. But no, I'm kind of trying to be a little judicious with my money.
I'm trying to do the same thing. I'm trying to buy
less.
Good
sentence, right?
Yeah. I wish you wrote for a living. I'm trying to be a little bit more, a little smarter with my money. trying to kill some bottles. My wife really gets pissed when the 2 bourbon cabinets we have, like when that can't hold all of the bourbon, right? So then when it starts overflowing onto the desk or onto the kitchen table or onto the yeah, I just might as well get a new wife. So I'm saying she'd leave me. So so anyway, yeah, I don't I'm trying to do the same thing. I am in the market right now for some new ryes because I want to put a rye into the barrel after this rum finished experience that we've got going on in there. It's time to do that. I've just kind of been slacking. It's been like 6 months since we since we put the rum in there. But anyway, I'm still looking for. I want some Old Forester ryes. I just need to have Joe send them down. But I also kind of want the points from ABC, so that's why I'm indecisive. I used to be indecisive, but now I'm not sure. Ben, are you pursuing or purchasing anything?
No. The only thing I purchased recently was tickets to an event.
And talk to us about that.
Yeah. So
I don't want to sag down this conversation.
That's terrible.
But why don't you tell us more about it if your spirit will let you?
Wow. This is awful.
Anyway, so sometimes the best thing that you can purchase is an opportunity to learn. And like I said, the Tampa Whiskey Society put on an event with Sagamore Spirits rye. And so we went out and it was $45, which is kind of the cost of a typical bottle. But you're able to taste $40? Oh, live the dream. It was $40. You're able to taste the entire Sagamore Spirits line. And they brought a special bottle to open up and taste. In addition, you were also given like a full buffet and a presentation by like the main representative for Sagamore Spirits. So we learned about Maryland rye and how Sagamore is growing most of their own grain. And they are in the process of growing most of their own grain because they want to have 100% of their own product in their barrels. Right now, it's kind of a mix of MGP and 20% their stuff is like the current allocation of when you go and buy a bottle of Sagamore. It's like 20% them, 80% MGP, or whatever the new name is for MGP or whatever. But it was a cool opportunity to learn and taste a lot of different things. Really good money spent, and you get food. Really big shout out to Jay at Tampa Whiskey Society. That was a good opportunity to just, like I said, learn and taste a lot of things for a minimal investment. A good night out. Definitely worth learning a little bit there. So that's good. So
$40. Yeah, purchased. We got to try the regular Sagamore Spirit rye, which was just okay. I will say, like just their regular rye, proof down to 83 proof, just okay, kind of low, kind of boring. From there, we got to try the cask strength, which was fantastic. They gave us these little cards that were cool. We also got the double oaked, which you guys remember you guys got me as a housewarming gift, birthday present. I don't remember. I think housewarming. Loved this. This was my favorite thing of the night. We then got to try one that was finished in a rum bottle that had just hit Florida like that week. So you didn't even really have a chance to buy it. We got to try it first. And then they brought out a special pour of their Bottle and Bond, which also had not been yet available. And so it was really cool to try that. If you literally just went to the bar at Whiskey Cake and would have purchased each one of those pours, I think they were all like 3/4 ounces or 1 ounces. I think that flight of 5 would have probably cost you like $35, $40, maybe a tad more. And then you got to, tip on top of that and everything else, right? So the fact that we got food,
just the tip. Sorry.
Oh, wow. The fact that we got food, which was absolutely fantastic. The fact that, they kept bringing the buffet out. They had some really good little sliders there. They had their meat and cheese board at Whiskey Cake is my favorite thing. And I probably had like 16 pieces of like meat and cheese. So good. Really, really, really good. An excellent event. And then you got to learn again. They literally did everything from walking us through the farm, kind of like Doc Brown and those folks did, the startup of what they did back in the day, the the bottle shape, the bottle, like why it's really unique as far as the shape goes, everything that goes into it. It was really, really cool, really interesting, a lot of fun.
Learned a lot.
And again, $40. It was a really good deal. You couldn't have gone out and, I mean, I don't think you could have gone out and just bought the whiskey for $40, let alone the whiskey and the food and the experience and the event, all together. So it was really good. If you're in Tampa, if you're anywhere that does like events with their whiskey society in person, I don't even care what it is. You should certainly go and try it because it's really cool. So anyway, Sagamore Double Oak might be the best double oak on the market. You might be right. It's really good.
That's what we got. That's what we got. TJ, right, for the for housewarming.
Yeah. Next month is double oak off. Straight doubles.
Maybe
what
we
a great
do that
bracket that would be.
I don't hate that idea. I tried the double oaked again this week, and it was really good. What makes that double oaked really good with Sagamore is that I think it's 100 proof. Am I right on that? Let me look at the card real quick. But
I've enjoyed like the store pick you guys got me with the cognac finish Sagamore. Really, really, I've enjoyed everything I've tried of theirs so far.
Yeah, 95, 96 proof, somewhere in there. So, a little less, but the rye with the double oaked is really, really good. Something kind of special because we've talked about this before. The what is it called? The Woodford is just like straight sweetness, like straight syrup. Like I don't love that one. I think the 1910 is really good, but I like the Sagamore rye double oaked. I'm with Jason there. I'm not going to call it the best just yet, but it might be. Other than that, you guys have anything? That might be it for today. What are we reviewing on Thursday?
What are we? Wait, he can't tell us. Wait, can he tell us? No, he can tell us.
No, we already recorded.
Whoa. We are drinking this week a banger of all bangers.
Banger.
Banger.
That was really good.
How about a Horse Soldier barrel strength? This is a wheated bourbon, and spoiler alert, Brenda and TJ are convinced it's a rye. So
that's not idiots. That's not accurate. So,
anyway,
TJ,
tune in on Thursday for listening to TJ and Brenda make complete fools of themselves. That's what you want to see.
By that time, Ben thought Eagle Rare was Basil. Hey, damn it!
Good job, Brandon. Thanks, Brandon. Back to you, TJ.
Well, there's only one place to go from here. What is up? What is up? I just felt like saying what is up. If you don't follow us on social media, we certainly would appreciate it. It's Bourbon on a Budget, absolutely everywhere. Interact with us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. What is up? We will be back on Thursday to review that.
Bro, I already got enough blood on my hands.
Until next time, Ben, who has no idea what's going on. Cheers.
My name is TJ.
The joke was premature.
For myself. What is happening right now?